What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jeremy's Point of View. I have been waiting for this ever since I did my news report on the Dune Part 2 trailer that was premiered at CinemaCon 2023. I have been waiting for it to drop. I told you guys I would do a reaction the moment it drops. I just noticed and got an alert on my phone not too long ago that we have it. It is finally here. Dune Part 2's first real trailer. I'm excited to dive into this. I'm a huge Denis Villeneuve fan. I think his films are phenomenal. He's one of the best directors right now just in the world. He is hands down one of the best directors. His visual effects work is unbelievable, and he's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I'm excited to dive into this trailer with you guys. Please, before we do, hit that like and subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel continue to grow. Also, check out the description box below. You guys can find my Teespring store there. You can also find a link to my second YouTube channel, which is called The Cellar, True Crime. I do a whole bunch of different true crime stories, accidental deaths, scary real-life story entries, things of that nature. So please, check that out and go give it a subscribe. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this trailer, guys.
It's breathtaking. When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets, but the darkest of them all may remain.
It's just such a beautifully shot film. Also, when I went and saw the first movie, I didn't really know much about Zendaya personally. I heard one of her songs, I think, on the radio. My wife is a big fan of The Greatest Showman. I saw her in that. But I really got a insight into her acting chops when I ended up watching Euphoria on HBO. I watched the first couple seasons of that, and she's a really good actress. She's really, really talented. And her with Timothée Chalamet, it's going to be interesting to see how the two work off of each other. In the first movie, we didn't get her really at all until the very, very end. So this is the first time we're going to see the two of them together on screen. I'm hoping the chemistry is there. I'm hoping the way that they work with each other is all there. And I'm sure it is. I mean, like I said, Villeneuve makes phenomenal films. Visually, this movie, I mean, just, 28 seconds into the trailer, everything about it looks great. I'm excited.
Of House Atreides.
My father didn't believe in revenge.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
They're giving us a lot in this trailer.
Have you ever had a dream about your first ride?
Oh, he's gonna ride the sandworm.
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Be simple. Be direct. Nothing fancy.
I understand. Nothing fancy.
That's so cool. Like, the helicopters in this. The fact that he based them and based their movements and the way that they work on real helicopters, but giving them that, grasshopper, that, I'm trying to think, like that buzzing, bee-like, movement. It really gives them their own flair, their own character. But when you look at them on screen and the way they're presented to you, you don't look at them and say, that's not possible. The movements aren't possible. Like, they fly like a helicopter. They are grounded in reality. He does a phenomenal job of grounding things in a base of reality for the world that he's in. And everything you see, you take it in and you're like, okay, yeah, that is what it is. It's sometimes hard in a lot of his films to differentiate, like, what's real and what's not when it comes to his visual effects. He's phenomenal. His movies are beautiful. The first Dune movie is phenomenal. I know people's original complaint with Dune is that it's not a complete film, and that's because at the end of the day, it's not. And it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be a complete film. This was supposed to be a two-part series. The book is way too dense to fit and cram into one movie. If he had tried to cram all that into one movie, it wouldn't be as good as it is. I have a ton of faith that Dune Part 2 is going to be phenomenal, and I think when you watch these two movies together, the complete story that they're able to put together on screen it's going to be epic. It's of an epic scale. And I think we're going to look back on Denis Villeneuve's, version of Dune as the premier ultimate version, aside from, obviously, the books. I'm excited for this. I'm pumped.
You will never lose people, Atreides.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope! May thy knife chip and shatter.
Looks good. So many good actors. And let's take a look at this cast. We've got Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Dave Bautista, extremely underrated, Christopher Walken, Steve McKinley-Henderson, Lee Seydoux, and we've got Stellan Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård was phenomenal in the first movie. I'm excited to see him in the second one. All-star cast, all-star director. I'm so glad that they're giving Denis Villeneuve the opportunity to make the second movie, because I know after the first one released, there was talks about whether or not the second one was going to even happen, especially, with Dune Part 1 releasing in the midst of, theaters opening back up, and, it probably didn't ultimately make as much money as it would have if it had been before COVID. But at the same time, it made enough money, put enough faith in the studio. I'm glad we're getting the second movie. Everything in the trailer looks phenomenal. Perfect trailer too. Doesn't give a ton away, but they give you enough insight into what the movie's going to look like. Denis Villeneuve described it. That's just an epic scene right there. Villeneuve described this as the first one was more of a slower-paced, contemplative film. This one is going to be an all-out war action film. This one is going to up the ante, which I'm pumped for that, because even in Dune Part 1, when shit hits the fan, some of those battle scenes, everything about it was just phenomenally put together. And the fact that this one is going to up the ante from that, and this one is considered a war film, it's going to be much more action, that just tells me it's going to go to another level. I'm interested to see how long the movie's going to be. That was one criticism of the original too, was how long it was. I'm hoping, I'm hoping it's as long as it needs to be. I have so much faith in Denis Villeneuve as a director. This thing could be 3 hours long, and I'd be more than happy to watch it. At the end of the day, there's movies like Avatar, which, yes, Avatar was long. Avatar 2 was extremely long. I know Avatar has a ton of fans, but they're a bit basic when it comes to the storyline. Visually, phenomenal films. I take nothing away from James Cameron. Avatar 2, it was the biggest success, what can I say? A lot of people loved it. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people paid to go and see it. But when it comes to me and the kind of films I like, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I like to see the political side of things. I like to see the scheming. I like a more in-depth script when it comes to that kind of stuff, and there be twists and things in the plot, and I love all of that. I love a little bit more density to my plot, and I'm excited to see what Dune Part 2 brings to it. I'm excited to see what these movies look like when they both come together, and if there's a showing, which I'm hoping there will be near me, of Dune Part 1 followed by Dune Part 2, I have no issue going and sitting for 5-6 hours. Might have to stretch a few times, but I'm a big fan of these films. I'm a big fan of the director. I've said that enough times. So you guys, it's your turn. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you enjoy Dune Part 1? What is your favorite Denis Villeneuve film? And are you excited for Dune Part 2? I'm pumped for it, and I hope you guys are as well. Once again, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel continue to grow. The majority of you are not subscribed, and just clicking that button and subscribing to the channel helps more than you can understand. Plus, it's free. So please go ahead and do that, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Jeremy's Point of View. Until next time, peace.
Yeah.